Welcome to the jungle.
Hi, this is Jaime.
And this is Brooke. And you're listening to Haskayne Safari.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 3.
And what's up today? What's on tap?
Okay, well, this is a little Christmas episode.
Woo! We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Okay,
enough
of that singing, all right? Anyway, okay, so it's just me and Brooke today, and we want to give you guys some stress relief tips for the upcoming exam season. We were looking for an image for the thumbnail for this episode, and I realized...
And has anyone noticed the cool images we've had? Because Jaime's been picking these awesome images, and they're great.
I realized we never actually explained why it's called Haskayne Safari or the meaning behind the animals.
Yes, it's very artistic and deep meaning.
Yeah, okay, so here's the reason, all right?
Okay,
when I first met Brooke and we were talking about the podcast and what we should name it, the first thing she asked me was, what animal do you identify with?
What is your spirit animal?
Yeah, and
your totem animal, Jaime?
I said gorillas because, well, back in the day, back in high school, I guess.
Back when you were young.
Yeah, back when I was young.
Yeah, before you started hanging out at the seniors club.
Yeah, for real. But I used to work out like more times than I'd go to school, and basically the only thing that I cared about was lifting weights and boxing. And I had this phrase with my friends that we'd go gorilla mode. So every time I'd max out on something, I would literally I'd go around and like do gorilla motions, and I'd like make noises. Yeah, and I'd beat my chest. Only,
okay, well let us hear it.
Only
let
if nobody.
Maybe
another day.
Okay,
all right.
Okay.
But so yeah, you know, you ever seen Tarzan?
I've seen Tarzan, but have you seen
like the newest movie?
No. But I've seen both. Like I've seen the one where it was real live actors.
Yeah.
Where there was that girl with that like super curly blonde hair.
Yeah.
And I've seen the like Disney version.
Oh well.
Is there a new Disney version? Is that what you're talking about?
The live action one was.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I watched it. I was like, damn, look at those gorillas. You know, look at Tarzan being a gorilla. Yeah, and also
speaks to you.
Conor McGregor, that tattoo on his chest, that just speaks to me. The screaming gorilla head.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then,
would you wear the suit that he wore?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that like, excuse my French, mother. Fuck you. All the way down the suit. Would you wear that?
Yo, I think it's fine if we swear on this podcast. Okay, you don't have to be all weird about it. Okay,
I'm sorry.
As long as we don't have like super high up guests. That's one thing. I felt weird swearing in front of Claire.
Right. Claire's cool though.
Yeah, Claire's cool. But let's say
you're a gorilla.
Yeah, I'm a gorilla. Okay, enough about me.
So wait a minute. When I hear you say gorilla, I will get to me, of course.
Okay,
I love that. Yeah, that's great. But when I hear that gorilla, there's that one line, and I can't think of like the rap artist now, but he goes, "I am the gorilla of the village." I'm gonna find it for you. We're gonna play it, and that's gonna be your new theme song.
Okay, you know the lynch mob with like Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, we can do anything on this podcast, Jaime. It's okay if you say something inappropriate. It's fine.
No, I don't know.
Just be cool about it,
like
okay?
One song, "Gorillas in the Mist." I think, that should be my theme song. Anyway, go on.
So my animal, the animal that I really associate myself with, and there's many, but the one that kind of I always come back to is the antelope. Mm-hmm. Okay, and the antelope is one of its amazing qualities. It actually has these little tubular hairs. So all of its hairs are tubular. Okay. Like little straws. Like just picture that, every little piece of hair.
That's pretty freaky.
It's amazing because what it does is it enables the antelope to live in like any climate, to really be versatile, resilient. You know, they're comfortable anywhere. Mm-hmm. There's this little, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like an anecdote about antelopes, and it says, you know, when the antelope is thirsty, he has to move. And it's this idea that the antelope can stay still, it can be dedicated, it can be devoted to one thing, but when it gets thirsty, it's got to move. So that's me, you know, like not that I'm thirsty. No, that's not what I mean to say. Apologies here, but no, what I mean is like, you know, you can stick with things and you can be a part of a unique environment, but if you get kind of scent of a new environment that you want to go check it out, my philosophy is go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's stressed about the time.
Yeah, I think we should go into stress topics. Okay, we're
going to talk to you about our ideas of how you can really cope with exam season. But before we do that, can I just make a caveat here?
Yeah, go ahead.
More stressful than exam season is Christmas.
No.
It's way more stressful. I will have that fight with you any day.
Shopping?
That's way more stressful.
No, okay. What I did last year and what I'm probably going to do this year is I had an agreement between everyone I thought would get me a gift, I told them, okay, don't get me a gift. I'm not going to get you a gift. We're just going to save our money.
But you missed people, didn't you? Some people got you a gift that you
no,
didn't.
it was just my mom. Because she already got me a gift before I told her.
Okay.
And actually, no, my sister's boyfriend got me a gift.
Ooh, he's trying to get in with you. Which one? Which boyfriend?
Well, they're actually not dating anymore. So
Okay,
it's a little bit awkward.
It didn't work. It didn't work out for him.
But anyway, so yeah, I think the materialism of Christmas, it's just something that is emptying my wallet. So I don't want to take part in that.
This is what I mean. That's why that's part of the stress. And so, you got to make a budget and stick to it.
Yeah, my budget is zero.
But that's fine. Use your business. You could make gifts, right?
Yeah.
Like make something handmade. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of those like coupons, handmade coupons. Experiences. There's lots of ways around it. But anyways,
handmade coupons.
I'm glad we're in agreement about this materialism of Christmas.
Okay,
let's move in and let's talk meat and dirt about how to prep yourself for the stress of exam season.
Okay, well, I don't really have much experience for university exams. I haven't taken any of them. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Brooke, and I'll put in my 2 cents later.
I myself have taken a lot of university exams, but I have to put a caveat on this, Jaime, and say...
What is a caveat, first of all?
Okay. A caveat is like... Okay, you know those asterisks?
Yeah.
Okay, you write a sentence and there's an asterisk at the end?
Okay.
That's like an exception to the rule. So say I said, like, I love cats, but the caveat is I hate my Aunt Sally's tabby cat because he's an asshole. Yeah. That would be the caveat.
All right.
Okay. So yes, I've taken a lot of exams, but what I need to share with everyone is that I've never been one of those people with exam anxiety. Like I've never really gotten stressed about finals. So for me, I was really thinking about just in my life, like what do I do to relieve stress? And I watched this really cool podcast yesterday, a TED Talk that was talking about stress. And it actually gave the science behind, it was in neuroscience, and it gave the science behind like what's going on when stress is happening. Well, high levels of cortisol are just rushing to your brain, right? Your body's releasing a bunch of cortisol. And what actually happens when you have all this cortisol is your brain gets foggy and it's harder to actually think clearly, share your ideas, be articulate. And so you can imagine then, before you go into an exam, how having stress would like be super problematic. So I think what we should do here is talk about, okay, it's 10 minutes before exam time.
Okay.
Are you cramming still? Or is there something else you can do to reduce that cortisol? What do you think?
Well, it depends, because typically I don't have my books with me 10 minutes before an exam.
Okay, say 30 minutes. Let's give it 30.
Honestly, yeah, I'm going to be cramming some
things.
See,
science says no, Jaime. Science says no.
Okay, well, does science say no because you're stressed out because you're doing that?
Yes.
Well, I think it actually comforts me because if I'm doing problems and I can do them properly, it makes me think, okay, I got this. It's easy.
Oh, yeah. See, if I was doing it 30 minutes before, I would be trying to do the problems and doing them incorrectly. So it would probably stress me out more. Okay. So, when I think about stress relief, I actually do this thing, and it's kind of unconventional maybe, but almost every night, I listen to a sleep meditation.
Like the binaural beats?
Sometimes binaural beats, but the last year I've been really into sleep hypnosis. Have you ever tried that or heard of that?
No, I've never tried it out.
Okay, so there's these two guys, Michael Seeley, Jason Stevenson. They're easily findable on YouTube.
Okay.
They put these 1 hour hypnosis videos out. Well, it's just a hypnosis audio, right?
Yeah.
Stick your earbuds in before bed. This thing, it asks you to just take yourself into this new world, right?
Yeah.
You feel so calm, you can sleep so well, and you also uncover new areas of your subconscious.
Okay, I've got to try it out then.
Try it out.
I
Reduce
will.
your stress. What about you when you're stressed? You go to the gym, get into gorilla mode, or what?
I think, there's 2 things that make me less stressed. Well, generally one thing that makes me less stressed, but it's like an umbrella term. But basically, making myself feel more prepared.
Right.
It's just like in boxing, all right? If you're going to go fight a guy, let's say you're walking up to the ring. If you know that you've done everything you possibly could to prepare for the fight, if you know that your cardio is good, if you know that you're strong enough, then you're going to feel good about it. You're not going to be as scared. You're going to be a little bit nervous, but you won't be as scared. But if you know that you cheated on your diet, you cheated on your workouts, and you didn't really do everything that you should have done, you're going to be scared shitless because know this other guy probably prepared better.
Right.
And so just just studying a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. Studying a lot
Yeah,
is how
totally.
I deal with exam stress.
So Jaime, it's interesting because there's actually some science around that too. So have you heard the term post-mortem?
Yeah, after you're dead.
Yeah, but the post-mortem itself is kind of an analysis of how did you die, why are you dead, right? So it's like reviewing everything that's going on that caused this. What you're talking about is actually a true term, and scientists talk about this in behavioral economics, in decision-making science, the idea of a pre-mortem. So the pre-mortem is thinking, what are all the things that might go wrong? Or what's the outlook I actually want to achieve? What's the outcome, that I want to achieve? And then setting yourself up to achieve it. So that's what you've done, right? Like you're like, okay, I know I'm going to be at that fight in whatever, year, 3 months.
Yeah.
How do I actually get myself so that I avoid the negative consequences that could happen if I don't? Yeah. So that's the pre-mortem. So to students right now, like the reality is though, it's almost December. So they've got maybe a couple weeks. So if you were to design a pre-mortem for the next 2 weeks, say you're struggling in class, you haven't been studying, how do you get prepared when you feel behind?
Yeah, I should probably get on that because I haven't really been preparing.
Okay, so what is this? See, this isn't boxing, Jaime. This is real shit. This is
No,
real Scurfield Hall shit.
First year courses are really easy. I think I've got this, but yeah. I think we should get on to our next segment.
Well, wait, let me just go over. I just have a couple more stress relief tips. Okay, just
go
quick
ahead.
Quick and dirty here. You know what? Laughter.
Laughter?
Ha 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 ha. Try it.
It's like fake laughter?
Try it. See how much better
it's
you feel.
Kind of weird if I'm sitting around. Ha ha ha.
Do you feel better?
No, I don't. I feel awkward.
He just really laughed after he fake laughed. But do you know James Corden?
Yeah.
That's my guy. That's my go-to guy.
Okay.
Then the other tip. Now this is real specific to my buddies in Haskayne. And that is getting out into nature. And you might think, well, that's freaking hard. That's fucking hard in Scurfield Hall. But did you know that there's like a greenhouse in the admin building?
Yeah, I've been there before.
So that is the place you need to go. Or if you live downtown, you go down to the core, go to the Devonian Gardens, immerse yourself, greenery. There's even studies that show if you just have a plant like on your desk or in your room where you study or wherever you study, seriously reduces stress. So.
All right.
Those are my quick and dirties. We can move on now. Fine.
So there's a little thing we thought of to fill time.
It's our new segment.
Yeah, because we don't have a guest today. It's heart to heart.
Heart to heart. With the gorilla.
The gorilla and
the antelope.
Oh, yeah.
Heart to heart.
So we're basically going to ask each other questions. Mine are pretty random.
Okay.
I guess yours are going to make me think. That's what you told me before.
That's my plan, is to make you think.
So I think we can start off with you because my first one's kind of weird.
So starting off that I ask you.
Yes.
So we're going to go back and forth. All right, let me just scroll here on my beautiful list of questions I found. All right. What one piece of advice would you offer a newborn infant?
Newborn infants can't remember.
That's
they don't
why
understand
it's hard. That's why you have to think. What is the advice?
Man, that doesn't make any sense. I think
it does. If you
I would have to communicate to the infant.
Yes.
Using
the animal spirits. No?
No, I would just do an action.
Okay, what would your action? What would you do? What would you try to communicate to them?
Well, whose infant is it? What if I don't care about this baby?
It's your own.
My own baby.
Your own son.
Okay,
your own
son.
flesh and blood. First time you're seeing him, you just...
I want to... Well, actually, when I have kids, I want to program them to be successful.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a really good system. Not? Okay, let's hear more.
As they grow up, I want to influence them by having them watch me do things that would be good for them. Would
you give your kids steroids?
Absolutely
not. Would you
What
inject them in the butt with steroids?
No, okay.
That's...
That's not what I was talking about, all right? Okay. I think I would... What advice would I give a baby?
What advice
Man, I would tell my baby to just chill. Because when I was a kid, when I was in the Philippines, because I went to an all-boys Catholic school, and it was run by Jesuit priests, so it wasn't as strict as other like Catholic schools, but it was still pretty strict, and everyone around me had basically drilled into my mind that if I failed like a grade 6 Filipino test, then my whole life would have been screwed up.
Wow.
But actually, it was nothing. You know, I shouldn't have stressed about it. So I would tell my kid to just chill out. You're a baby, you know.
You're a baby. You don't need to, you know.
Yeah, just suck on some tits. You know, you got nothing to worry about. You got no taxes or anything. Okay, I'm gonna ask you my question.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
ready.
Well, now I feel bad, but mine's really random. Do you believe in aliens?
Totally.
Okay.
I absolutely do. Like, basically what you're asking me is extraterrestrial beings, on other planets.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In other solar systems, probably, yes.
All right. Well, that one was
Hands
really quick.
fucking down,
So
man.
I'm gonna move on to the next one for you.
I have to be asked another one?
Oh no, you go ahead.
Okay, I get
one.
to go? Okay, yes. Okay, awesome. Okay, heart to heart with my gorilla friend. If you could be any character from a TV or movie, what would you be? Who would you be? Or a book?
I would be Batman.
Okay, why Batman?
Because he's really rich, and he's
Okay, I feel like there's
handsome.
other characters that are also rich though, but that doesn't really tell
and he's
me
really
why.
muscular.
Okay.
And yeah, he's a billionaire,
Okay.
which I already.
But
I said.
like, does he even have friends though?
Well, if I was Batman, I would.
He
have
doesn't
friends.
have a baby, so.
Yeah, he might not. But if I became Batman and I can make my own choices, I don't have to live like the regular Batman. I can go out and make friends, have
Okay.
a family. So it would be perfect.
Okay.
I was about to say Superman, but Superman's pretty poor. So
Oh, so the key critical factor here is
yeah.
the money, the cash money.
absolutely.
But I feel like Superman does better for the world.
What do you mean? They're both heroes.
Yeah, but Superman is a better hero because he doesn't have the same amount of darkness that Batman does.
No, but I feel like. Oh well, these are all hypotheticals because they don't exist.
Exactly.
Okay?
This is the heart to heart. Okay.
But I feel like Superman causes more destruction to the city, don't you think?
See, I'm kind of right now.
You don't have to whisper, okay? Just talk normally.
Right now, I'm totally punching above my weight class because I probably have not seen any
Oh
I've
yeah.
probably seen like 3 superhero
All
movies
right,
in my
fair
life.
enough.
So
Okay.
I was just pretending to know what's
Okay,
going
we're-
on, but I
yeah,
don't
we're
really.
gonna move on.
Okay, move
to
on. Okay,
avoid
I'm ready.
embarrassment.
I'm ready.
Okay. What do you think is the biggest deal breaker in a significant other? If you're looking for a man,
I know,
what's the biggest
100%.
deal
I
breaker?
can tell you.
Okay, tell me.
Not interested in like self-development or growing. So just content with
yeah.
the way they are.
Mhm.
Just like want to live the same life, watch the same Netflix shows, do the same thing on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Like not reaching.
Mm-hmm. I can
So
see
they got to be ambitious. If they're not
Absolutely.
ambitious,
Mhm.
tell that boy bye.
that. For me,
You wanted to. Okay, what's your deal breaker? That wasn't
no,
your
I
question.
wanted to discuss your deal breaker because
Oh.
personally, I feel like it doesn't really matter what my significant other does because they're dating me. So, instant millions.
So Batman, thank you for that lovely evidence of your humility. Don't be as the late great former prime minister of Israel would say, "Don't be so humble. You're not so great."
All right, I didn't want to. Okay, that was a little joke, but what I really meant was, I want to be in a financial position where it doesn't really matter if my wife works or if she doesn't. So that's what I meant.
Okay, well, we're just gonna save the conversation about the whole
Okay.
male-female dynamics and relationships
Yeah,
for
let's do
another
that,
another
okay.
entire podcast. But I'm gonna ask you one more question.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me one or two. I'm looking at 2 right now. They're both cool. Give me 1 or 2.
1 or 2 what?
Like pick number 1 or pick number 2.
Okay.
Tell me which number. I'm looking
okay,
at 2
okay.
and I want.
1.
Okay. To what extent do you shape your own destiny, and to what extent is fate?
Man, I have a love-hate relationship with fate because growing up, I
Do you
always
believe fate exists?
I guess. I think so. Do you believe in fate?
This isn't for me. This question is not
Okay,
for me.
fair enough.
This is
So
for
you don't believe in fate?
This question is for you.
Okay.
When you were a kid.
When I was a kid, I joined all these competitions and stuff, and basically every time the results were in the hands of some judge, there was always like a botched decision. Sorry, I just had a voice crack. But there was always like a botched decision, and I ended up losing. But people always came up to me and told me like, "Oh man, I don't know why you didn't win. You know, you were doing great and everything." So I hate leaving things up to chance because if it's something is up to me, if I can control the outcome, to a degree, then I feel more satisfied if I lose, because then I can think, okay, what did I do wrong about it?
Right.
You know, but if it's completely in the hands of someone else and everyone thinks I should have won, but I didn't for some reason, then that's so frustrating, because the thought of what if it was someone else judging it, you know? So things like lifting.
So it sounds like, just so I'm clear, so it sounds like you want to do as much as possible in your life to set yourself up, right? To set, to control your own destiny. But you realize that sometimes stuff happens. Yeah. And so you're trying to like minimize other people authoring your life and other people helping to push it. That's actually this idea called, well, I don't know what it's called, but the idea is that as you evolve as a human being, right, when you're a baby, you just kind of like, you like what everyone else likes, you believe everyone else, and you start to get into personality. And then when you're an adult, there's this big shift. Some adults never reach this point, but it's this shift from having an other authored life where you kind of, you do the things you do because other people seem to like it, other people think it's cool. Like, you think that it's your own idea to be rich, but actually you only think that because everyone else does. Yeah. And so then the progress, you know, the next level of growth and personal achievement and consciousness is a self-authored life, right? And so how do you design your self-authored life?
How do I design myself?
Well, I mean, I'm not...
By hustling a lot, by working hard.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. But are you hustling for the right things, and how do you know?
I enjoy the hustle. You know, I'm not just chasing...
he loves the hustle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Gary V.
Okay. Well, yeah. One thing that really motivates me is when I see, or I just think about people I don't like, or people that don't like me. Or
you want to prove them wrong.
Haters. Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck the haters.
Exactly.
I got my hater blockers on. Do you remember that song?
No, because I was
too
I don't think I existed.
You were the newborn that someone was giving advice to at that time. Okay.
Nobody gave me advice when I was newborn.
Let's finish it up here. We do have a segment we always do, and that's where we take a question that was put forth to us by a student, and we try to answer it on the air. So again, I have not seen these questions, but I'm going to let Jaime give it to me. But just as a heads up, guys, like, just so you're aware, you're among approximately 70 people that are tuning into our podcast. This is episode 3. And we hope you'll give us some feedback. What would make it better? What kind of things do you want to know about? All right, I'm ready for my question.
Speaking of feedback, the feedback that I got about our previous episode was that the question we got was kind of dry. I'm going to be honest with you. The questions that we do get, are the ones about business, they're kind of dry. But at the same time, you can't really ask off-color questions to these
Well, you just said that we can. Oh, okay. Yeah. But to us, we can.
Yeah, because it's just you and me. Now we should be able to ask these off-color questions.
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna ask you this question that you really didn't like, because I want you to answer it. Okay? And it's
what is it?
Okay.
I don't remember.
My friend has been hanging out with this girl for about 3 weeks, and everything was going well. So one day she invites him to hang out with her friends. When he was about to leave, she asked him if he wanted to hang out the next day. He said no because he already had plans with his friend. Then she starts ignoring his texts and texts him 3 days later saying he's rude and she doesn't want to hang out with him anymore. What should he do? Was it really that bad that he said no to her in front of her friends?
Well, obviously, he said no in a way. He said something else. This is not the full story. Okay?
I don't know.
Obviously.
That's true. We don't have enough facts.
That's right. We don't have the facts. We weren't a fly on the wall.
But let's just say,
what if he was rude?
With the given information, what is your advice?
Again, I think I said this before, plenty of fish in the sea.
Okay.
But I won't cop out with that answer again, even though I want to. And what I will say is that she might be saying the reason she doesn't want to hang out with him anymore is because he's rude. But what if, like, okay, so he met her friends for the first time. What if, like, her friends were like, whoa, he's such a loser, or like, no, he's rude, or whatever.
That's fair.
Like, then maybe she's just like, okay, well, I trust my friend's judgment. Yeah. So she might be saying it's because he was rude.
That's true. And
whatever, just move on, buddy.
Yeah, generally, if so this person's talking about a friend, right? So if she got this story, or he got the story from the guy obviously must have altered it somehow.
Yeah, I mean, we all want to make ourselves look good, right? So.
But if the story really went down that way, I'd say just drop her.
Yeah,
you know?
we're both saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been real. Good luck on exams. Merry Christmas. Stick to your budget. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Kwanzaa. What do you say? Merry Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa.
I think
I
Happy
feel like
Kwanzaa.
A total jerk now. Anyways, it's been real.
Haskayne Safari out.